Hello everyone. So I'm making this brief video to guide those that want to apply for Erasmus Mundus scholarship. I've been getting some comments on how to apply for Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So the very first step towards applying is checking the scholarship website and visiting the catalog. Now, under the scholarship section, this catalog comprises of all of the courses, all of the Erasmus Mundus program. So currently there are 192 master's program under the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, right? Mind you, some also take the course through self-funding, right? But currently there are 192 programs. So what you need to do is you can also filter using keywords. But the first step is checking the courses to know which of them aligns with your previous course of study or your interest. So which means that you can discover 5 or more courses that aligns with what you want. So what I did was I went through the course catalog from the beginning to the end, and then I selected those that align with what I wanted to study. So let's give you an example. So like I said, for example, look at this. This is International Masters in Innovative Medicine. This aligns with someone with a medical background, right? So you go through, like I said, you can go through one by one, each pages. There are about 10 or more pages. You can go to the next page and check, or you can filter using this tabs here to check what you want. So that's the first step. You go through the courses. Then you have to, when you see any course that aligns with what you want to do, or you want to know more about each of those courses, you have to open them on a new tab. That's one of the easiest ways. Click on the link, open on a new tab to check up on it. So for example, we want to check up on the master's program in smart cities and communities. When you click on this, sometimes this particular one takes you to information about the program. It will tell you, so when you click on this, it brings you here, you see the project status. And you need to know that some of this Erasmus program, they have a timeline. For example, now this particular course for this funding would end by 2029. That is, by 2029, the program coordinators might apply to the European Union for a new fund to continue it, or they might just put an end to it. So this is that about that. Now, when you see a particular course that has an extra link, that is directing you to the program itself. So when you click on this, it brings you here. This is the website for the program. Now, the next thing you are going to do is you have to go through all of this icon. You read about the course to know if it is directly linked to what you want to do. And the next thing you have to now do is when you discover a particular program that you are interested in, go through the admission section and check the admission criteria. So let's open a new link for admission criteria. Then the deadline and the application. Now, these three sections are very, very important. So when you start with the eligibility criteria, this is very, very important, especially for Nigerians, right? You'll see that some course will tell you, look at it, the academic qualification, that is, engineers with a bachelor's degree in, so you know easily if you fit in or not. That means you need to have an engineering background, right? Then you read through. Also, you have to go to the language skills. Some will tell you if you have completed your studies in English, all you need to do is just present an evidence. So you have to go through your universities to get a certificate of English proficiency or a letter of English proficiency, right? Why some will tell you that you would need to submit a proof of English test. So you have to go through this section to be very sure. That's the academic criteria. So that's going to help you in preparing ahead of time. And mind you, you have to read in between the lines. So sometimes if your program allows you to use a letter of English proficiency from a university, when selecting your pathway, remember that Erasmus Mundus cut across different European countries. When selecting your pathway, that's the pathway you want to follow, you would have to check if there are any English-speaking countries among the program partners. So, for example, let's look at this. There, some will tell you if there's an university from UK among these partners. It means that if you are going to apply, if you are using proficiency of English, you should avoid the pathway that cut across some of those universities if the university itself requires English tests, right? So you have to, for example, now if you have like University of maybe Liverpool among the partners of your program, you have to go and check University of Liverpool website to know what the language criteria, right? So you have to go and check if the university on its website says that for you to study in the institution, it's a must for you to show proof of English test. That means when you're applying um, for the Erasmus program that has University of Liverpool as a partner, you might want to avoid a pathway that will take you to Liverpool if you want to use a letter of proficiency. So that's just that on that, or else you would go and take IELTS test or whatever English language test. So that is giving you an example of how to check the eligibility criteria. You must read in between the lines and you must understand very well. Can you see it now? Minimum test required for candidates to prove their competence in English. Can you see it? So some would accept WAEC, why some would not accept WAEC. So you read in between the lines. Then the next thing I said you should check also is the admission deadlines. Each of these programs, they have different timelines for admission. Now, for those that want to apply, the next application would open by 15th, I think, yeah, 15th of February, I think. So you would have to check. That means by 15th they are opening. So every particular program have their different timeline. So you have to check for that. And then you have to now check about applications. What are those things? This is the link to the application form. You look at the instructions. Some will tell you what and what you need to prepare for when you want to apply. For example, you'll be told, okay, you can check the instructions. Maybe you need to upload your certificates. Let's check the instructions to see. So you can see application form, a motivation letter, proof of student knowledge of English. Can you see it? Your CV, your award, dead degree, your transcript. So before the timeline opens, you get to see everything that you need, proof of residence, so that you can start looking for them ahead of time. So once the application opens, you just begin with your application. So that is just how, can you also see the reference letter? So that is how to apply for Erasmus Mundus courses, and you can apply for as many as possible. Don't forget the first step is to come to the course catalog, right? And then open the links under each courses. The one with the course, most times just give you an overview about the program. Then the link under it, most times also direct you to the course where you can get information about it. So that's the first step. Other steps are like critical steps you need to take yourself. That's preparing your motivation letter, your CV, and getting all documents ready. So that's it. Thank you.